So we're going to be moving through a short Kapalabhati practice. This is a great practice showing you the base of Kapalabhati and how to grow your practice yourself. You can learn these steps and then take them away and practice by yourself on your mat as well when these steps become familiar to you. So a good way to start with Kapalabhati, we really want to connect with our lower belly, so navel and below. So we start with our Kapalabhati Trainer. So take a nice comfortable seat where you are, as Dewi is here. You're going to start by taking a nice inhale, and then exhaling to a comfortable end point. End of the exhale, you're going to relax your belly, take hold of your nose, and then drawing navel and below back to spine, release. Draw navel and below back to spine, release. Draw navel and below back to spine, release. And draw back to spine, release. Drawing navel below back to spine, release the nose, inhaling into your upper abdomen. So here we're establishing this connection with our lower belly. You might like to pause the video here and just trying a few more rounds of that by yourself. Just really feeling this connection. Very little movement through the upper abdomen, the action happening through the lower belly. Once this feels comfortable, we move into a nice slow 10 pumps of Kapalabhati. So one round of 10 pumps. Once again, this action is going to be coming from navel and below. What helps at the start is taking your peace fingers to the center of your lower belly, as Dewi is doing now. They're going to stay there. So as you pump that active exhale, your lower belly is going to come back towards the spine, and then passive inhale will release your abdomen back to where your fingers are. Okay, so we're going to start with 10 nice slow pumps, feeling this action, this active exhale from navel and below. So we start with a nice neutral abdomen, both upper and lower belly, taking a gentle soft inhale and soft exhale. A little sip of the inhale. And then when you're ready, pump, release, 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 pump, release. Last pump, nice and long, drawing lower belly back to the spine, feeling a lift through your pelvic floor, inhaling into upper abdomen, into side ribs, and exhaling. Good. Once again, we come back to that nice neutral belly. You might like to stop the video here and do a few more rounds of that slower 10 pumps of Kapalabhati, really just becoming familiar with that. Once that becomes comfortable, the next round, Dewi's going to do without her fingers at the lower belly. You can feel free to use those if that helped for you. And she's going to move through 20 nice slow pumps of Kapalabhati. Now, the question might be, how long does each pump take? It takes as long as it takes for you to release back to neutral. So after each active pump, you want to relax back to neutral. Remember, each pump on an active exhale. So starting once again in the same way, soft upper and lower belly. And Dewi's going to move through 20 pumps here of Kapalabhati. Good. So action coming from lower belly, nice and free through the upper abdomen. Good. Last pump, nice and long. End of that. Good. Exhale, lift through the pelvic floor, inhaling into upper abdomen, side ribs and chest. Good. And then exhale. So you might do 2 or 3 more rounds here of 20 pumps, becoming familiar with that action. Our next round, we're going to add an external retention at the end of that last pump. So Dewi's going to do 20 pumps. Her last pump is going to be nice and long. She's going to keep that connection through her lower belly. Upper abdomen is going to stay nice and free. And then she's going to take hold of her nose with fingers, thumb and ring finger around that nose bone, and then drawing the chin into the chest. So finding that Jalandhara hold. She's going to hold here for as long as it feels comfortable, however long that feels for her. Staying connected through lower belly, free through upper abdomen. When she needs to breathe, head will go up, releasing the nose and inhaling. Okay, so whenever you're ready, moving into 20 pumps once again. Good. So last pump, nice and long, nice full exhale. Good. Coming into that retention, you'll notice your chin in that jugular notch, so really closing off, keeping free through the upper abdomen, connected through the lower belly, holding as long as it feels comfortable for her. Chin goes up, releasing the nose, inhaling into the upper abdomen. So adding this retention at the end, you find that sweet spot, that cool pool, clear pool at the center of the forest, that gentle pause. So please feel free to use this practice in a way that works for you. And starting with that Kapalabhati Trainer, moving into slow 10 pumps, and then moving into a more fluid few rounds of Kapalabhati. Always remember to start from that lovely neutral space, ending with a good exhale, either coming into a full breath or adding in that retention at the end. So please feel free to ask questions in the comments below, join along on our other YouTube videos, or if you get the chance, come and join us here at Samahita to keep deepening your practice. We look forward to seeing you again soon.